We finished flocking the dash. As you could see, it's completely different right now. You can't even tell where the crack was. It's fully covered, so that was the whole game plan, and it worked. Alright, so the motor is back in place, slightly loose right now. It's not bolted in yet. Most of the connectors are in, except for the vacuum lines. We still have cranning and the lights and everything else to put on. But what I'm going to do for now, since I have the windshield out, is I'm going to try removing the dashboard so we can fix this crack here. What I'm going to end up doing is cut this off, put some Bondo, and then end up flocking it. So let's try removing this dash. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but it's going to be easier now with the windshield off. So I already see some screws around here. I see a screw here, some screws up. I'm sure I'm going to have to drop the column down, take out the cluster, take out the radio, take out the vents, glove box, and some more screws I see on the side console there, and then this whole thing should lift off. So let's go ahead and start on this project. Alright, so far 4 screws on the cluster, or the upper cover here that's covering the cluster, and I think that should take it out. There we have it. Let me just pull it back a little bit, take this off for now. No more screws, so just probably clips in place. There's 2 more screws here. Okay, this whole thing is loose now. Should just come off. There we have the bottom piece. Let's remove the cluster. Okay, we're gonna move some connectors from behind the cluster panel. These are for the defrosters and the fog lamps. That's for the headlights. These are for the FM controls, and that's for the wiper. The last connector is for the clock. So 3 connectors holding the cluster. That's broken here, so we're going to take this off. We're not going to use that, we're going to get a new one. It's already broken. We have a new one for that. We're going to remove the flip box. Two more screws behind the gauges. I think that's the speedometer cable. On the older vehicles it was mechanical, so I'm going to push that carefully to the side. And I think we're pretty much clear, just a few wires to take off in the holes that's going to the front, and everything is pretty much loose. It wasn't too bad. I've seen worse on newer vehicles, so I think we took this out under an hour. Alright, so now that the dash is out, I sanded it with 320 grit. As you can see, before it was popping out. I just took off as much as I could until the cushion is right behind the layer. And now what we're going to do is put some Bondo fiberglass on it. Just fill it up just like you would with a panel on a car. And then we're going to end up sanding it with an orbital sander or a hand sand. So this is the adhesive for the flock, the material that's going to stick on it. Before we apply this, we're going to paint the dash with just a regular black paint. And then we're going to put the glue on it with a roller, and then put this in the pump that comes with the kit and just start pumping it. And leave it for a day or two till it dries up, and that should pretty much do it for that. Now I did break this vent here, so be careful. You don't have to remove this when taking out the dash. I thought this was part of the vent tubes that go from under it, but it's not, so just leave it in place. You don't have to take it out. If you're worried about painting it, just tape it off, and that should be pretty much it. So I'm just going to fill up some Bondo here, sand it down, and then we'll go to the next step. So you can't really fill it from the first layer because there's going to be air bubbles under, so you do it in 2 or 3 layers. Right now you can see there's a low spot in the middle. I'm going to wait till this dries up, and then I'll fill it with a second layer and then go over it and sand it down. Now it's preferred you go outside the hole just so you can sand everything smooth. That way at the end you won't know where it was really repaired. So right now the only spot that I could see is in the middle. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's a low spot right now. I'm going to wait for it to dry, and then I will do a second layer and just sand it down. Now there is a different type of Bondo with reinforced glass. This is hair, which should still work, but it might make it a little bit difficult. So if you guys can get your hands on the other one, that might be easier, smoother to work with, but both should do the job. I'm going to use an 80 grit paper with a block and just go over it. You could do this with a sander, but I was going to get a lot of mess. First layer, we sanded it down. As you can see, that's a low spot, so we're gonna have to fill it again. Now for this, what I might do is just use some glazing putty instead of fiberglass, just because I know the base is fiberglass, so if I put Bond on top of it, that might actually hold. Or you could do the fiberglass again, but as long as you don't feel any bumps, you should be good. And plus it's gonna get covered. So the only reason you want to paint after this step is because usually sometimes the Bondo leaves a color, and the dash being black, once you flock it, you might be able to see through the Bondo at certain angles. So that's why you want to paint it black once you're done with this. That way you have a base paint to start with, and then just start flocking it. So I'm going to leave this dry a little bit more, and then I'll either fill it more with Bondo here, or just use regular putty and close it up. Right now the patch is all done. What we're going to do is just clean it up with some alcohol or brake cleaner. Make sure it's completely clean, and then spray it with black paint, and then we'll start the flocking process. So I'm just going to clean it up right now, and then start applying the glue to it and put the material. That should be pretty much it for this. You can see here, you can't see the hole anymore, and once we paint it black and put the material, it should be covered. So now we're going to wait for the paint to dry. Again, the whole purpose of painting it black was just to cover that middle spot there. And once we suede it, it should all get covered. So I'm not too fussy with the paint right now. Once it dries up, we'll apply the adhesive on it and start pumping. We finished flocking the dash. As you could see, it's completely different right now. You can't even tell where the crack was. It's fully covered, so that was the whole game plan, and it worked. And we got a better finish, so overall I'm happy with it. We're just gonna leave it now for either 12 or 24 hours. I'm probably gonna come back to more after 12 hours and just give it a little bit of brush and remove the excess. And I put the sheet under so we could reuse the flock for other applications. So there's still quite a ton that's under the dash itself. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you flock it.